Umpires on their way out. Umpire Venkatragaman from India and Dave Orchard from South Africa. They'll soon be joined by the rest of the world team, and the crowd just getting back into their seats, and what a crowd it has been. The ground, which holds 45,000 officially, has been packed to overflowing, and there must be in the vicinity of 55,000 in the ground. They've certainly been royally entertained by the Asian 11 batsmen. Now they sit back to see what response they'll get from the rest of the world. So Wasim Akram will take the ball. And he'll be bowling to Neil Johnson, the Zimbabwean, one of the outstanding players in last year's World Cup. That wonderful 100 in the Super Sixes against Australia. And there's his partner Mark Waugh, the rest of the world captain, the Australian. Here's the first ball. Wasim Akram enjoyed it. In fact, you know why he enjoyed it? Because it was one of those fake balls that we saw early on. Neil Johnson didn't know it, and he was completely flummoxed. Then he realized what it was and said, "Get away from here." Well, it's been this type of match. No, officially. So Mark Waugh, in fact, deliver a ball such as that, which had come from the crowd during the Asian innings. And then the ball after that, get the wicket of Jadeja. So the world 11 off the mark with a leg by. Still laughing about that first ball. Gone right through Moin Khan, keeping low, difficult to stop for him, and it gains him 4 by signal by umpire Orchard. So 5 extras on the board for the world team. Chaminda Vaas, the Sri Lankan. So 2 left armers opening the bowling for the Asian 11. Lovely shot by Mark Waugh. Typical Mark Waugh stroke. Just a languid cover drive, goes all the way to the boundary for 4.
Does play the stroke really well, Mark Waugh. Beautiful timing. Minimum of risk and effort. Just walked into that stroke and opened the face of the plate to run the ball down through that point area. Nicely done. Didn't have to run because this outfield is lightning quick.
Wasim Akram now with his first ball of the 3rd over. Long chase around the boundary and the misfield. Chaminda Vaas on his wrong side, had a long way to run, just finishing over. Perhaps some sympathy for him.
Once again through that area of point, Mark Waugh and Chaminda Vaas failing to get down in time, letting it one go.
Magnificently struck. Well, we've seen 2 shots from Mark Waugh already in this innings, which have been the equal of anything we saw from Sachin Tendulkar, and that's saying something.
Yes, this is beautifully played. Once again, Mark Waugh easily doing it through that cover point area. And that's a perfect angle for Mark Waugh to really run the ball down through that area. Left arm angle.
And another delicate deflection off the legs, just a little help along for another boundary for Mark Waugh.
Getting his 3rd boundary, Mark Waugh. Fine edge, beautifully played.
Almost in every movement we see from Johnson, it's a batsman who is not at ease with himself, lacking confidence, hurrying his shots.
When you're out of form, you need to be watching that ball very closely. Sometimes the batsmen who were out of touch seem to lose the sight. Also mentally looking to get runs quickly.
He took that straight to extra cover. Well, these things happen to batsmen who are out of touch. Hit through the line, hit it pretty well, but found the lap of the fielder. So the first wicket goes 28 for 1.
Well, Johnson failing to pick a slow delivery from Wasim Akram, and early into the stroke it was a wide delivery asking to be punished, but playing it straight into the safe hands. Jadeja taking an easy catch and Akram getting his first wicket. 28 for 1.
New batsman is Jacques Kallis, comes in to replace Neil Johnson. Just past the right-hander slip, goes all the way, but the edge was found. I suppose you could say a moral victory for Chaminda Vaas.
That should be just a little discouraging for Chaminda Vaas. A very good delivery. Jacques is not there at the pitch of the ball, missing it, and that angle taking the ball away from him.
Well, whoever wins here will take the first ICC Cricket Next.com Cup. That's the trophy which is up for grabs between these two teams. Of course, what a fantastic stroke. What a magnificent shot that was. He didn't seem to have the room to play it. He didn't seem to have the gap to get it through, and yet he did.
Beautifully played on the front foot. Look at that stroke. Just an angle of the bat. Not even back and across. Waugh taking it on the front foot.
What a very good catch that was by Chaminda Vaas. Well, we were talking about the difference between the two innings. We saw a couple of caught and bowled chances put down when Tendulkar and Ganguly were going well. But here, we have seen a stunning catch by Chaminda Vaas. It's the end of Waugh. Just look at this.
Brilliant catch. His wrong hand is right hand. And it was going quickly, and Waugh, who was in such majestic form, he's gone for 28. The rest of the world now 46 for 2.
The new batsman, Michael Bevan. One time certainly reckoned to be one of the best one-day batsmen in the world. Now is his opportunity to prove it. Abdul Razzaq from the pavilion end.
And isn't this a wonderful shot? That is Michael Bevan at his best. It really gets his foot to the ball, but just enough room to free the arms. Lovely straight bat. Bang, take that.
Chance will run out. If he'd have hit, that would have been close. As it is, there are overthrows. Could be 4 of them. It is. But a little bit unfortunate for the bowler. 5 runs debited against him. Let's just take another look at that. Here's the throw. It was close. I think he would have gone. There'll be runs, and there will be 4 of them. Just given a little bit of width, and that was all he needed. Onto it very quickly. And I'm sure pleased to see that he had that amount of width.
Absolutely, I think his eyes must have lit up. His previous deliveries were straight, got a bit of bounce and seam movement with that side. Chaminda Vaas just giving him a bit of room to free those arms, and he relishes that, does Michael Bevan. I think that's what these two batsmen decided to do. The bad balls aren't forthcoming, just the odd one, so they've got to rotate the strike, right and left-handed combination.
That's away for 4 more. This is proving to be a very useful over. It's what's required. 12 overs bowled, 65 for 2. I'm sure they would have wanted, while the ball was harder and the fielders were in, they'd have been wanting to hit the boundary just a little more often than they have been able to.
Absolutely right. But there's the man in charge. He's made sure that hasn't happened. They've bowled well. And they've just lost the wickets at the wrong time to really force the issue.
Tucked away nicely as soon as he strays down the leg side. Comes off the pad, and 4 leg byes are accrued. After 13 overs, 73 for 2. Cricket is played widely all over Bangladesh. It wasn't very long ago I was here with when the England A team were here, and we saw in Chittagong, and there were 30,000 people there. And of course, cricket is played all over the country with a great deal of enthusiasm. And just pausing to record those 4 runs.
For 2 after 15, which under normal circumstances would be a very good start, but you've got to take into consideration the enormous score, the big score that the Asian 11 has put up, 320, and the target, quite a difficult one, Ravi, but they've made a good start. And I think Mark Waugh will be looking at Bevan to take them to that target. So far, Waugh back in the pavilion after scoring 28.
Yeah! Well done, Ajay.
The partnerships, Waugh and Johnson, the first one 28, and then with Kallis 18. The second wicket down at 46, and so far, good one, 4-6. Superb shot, and that's going to go all the way for 6 runs, indicated by Venkat. Really lashed onto that, Ravi.
Yes, tremendous footwork. He's picked the short delivery from Kumble very quickly, and good footwork right across with that back foot of his, and he's given it a real thump.
It's an appeal, a loud one, and he's got the response from Venkat, the ball pitching and really beating him for pace there. Quicker delivery from Anil Kumble, big appeal, and Venkat has raised his finger. That's the wickets, and 97 for 3.
This is a beautiful piece of bowling from Anil Kumble. You've got to watch here, the ball hit the pad first. The shout was for a leg before decision. Yes, that's plumb. That's a good decision by Venkat. That would have crashed into the middle stump. Moin Khan knew about it, so did Kumble. So important wicket has gone down here for the rest of the world. Kallis gone for 27. It's 97 for 3.
Chris Cairns is the new man, and he's coming at a time when the rest of the world are 97 for 3, and this is the reason why he's in the middle there. A lovely ball, a little bit of a flipper there from Anil Kumble, straightening and beating the bat, and plumb in front. That's the wicket of Kallis.
Yeah!
That's good running by Cairns. Now you've got spin in the form of Muttiah Muralitharan.
One of the greatest exponents of spin bowling, and the crowd have been waiting for Muttiah. You can see from their reaction as soon as he came on, there was a big cheer, and very knowledgeable crowd here in Dhaka.
Straight away getting a little bit of turn here, Muralitharan. He's the kind of bowler who will spin it on any surface. For a finger spinner, he does give it a big rip.
He is capable of really tweaking the ball and troubling the batsman. So if he can drop that ball on one of the bare patches, then maybe he can get some turn. That's delicately tucked. Cut away for 4 runs. Delightful shot there.
Well, this is extremely well played. He's waited on it and literally watches the ball hitting the face of the blade. Opens it at the last minute, gets the placement right. It's not often you see someone using Muralitharan's pace to reach the boundary.
But he latched onto that very well, and that might just go over the ropes for 4 runs. That's slightly short-pitched and very quickly onto that, timing it to perfection and just wide of the fielder. And that's the 50 for Michael Bevan.
And as far as the runs scored are concerned, cotton ball. Well, now you can say that Asia have tightened their grip with Cairns going, Muralitharan taking a good return catch.
It's always risky where you predetermine a stroke. He's looking to work the ball away towards the onside. This one was a top spinner, and Chris Cairns just a little confused whether to go on with the stroke or check it. In the end, Murli taking a wonderful diving catch. The world 134 for 4.
New batsman is Lance Klusener, who comes in to join his fellow left-hander Michael Bevan with Chris Cairns going.
This is a beautiful piece of bowling from Murli. Straighter delivery. Chris Cairns not judging it and not going through with the shot. Just realized that it was the other one. Look at that diving catch. Very poor tournament in Sharjah. 3 ducks.
Well, he won't get one here. He's broken that sequence now. But very unusual with the first ball duck against India, second ball duck against Pakistan, first ball duck against Pakistan. So he'll be really relieved now to get off the mark with Bevan. Although Klusener does speak Zulu and Afrikaans, I believe. Bevan only speaks strain. Australian lingo. That's well hit. He just threaded that between that short third man and backward point. There really was not much of a gap, and somehow he managed to get it between there, and it goes away for 4. Boundaries needed here.
This is beautifully played. Delaying the stroke and finding the gap. And that is exactly what he's looking for.
Guided down towards the boundary, beats the fielder, and once more goes for 4. We haven't seen any real big shots, and yet nudges and deflections just beating the field. Bevan very, very clever, in fact, with his wrist work, with his placement. Tremendous batting. Really one of the first big shots we've seen. Doesn't get very far. Well, we have a change in bowling now, and to the delight of the crowd, it's Sachin Tendulkar who is going to come on. Played such a fine innings today. Made 80. Just to show his versatility, he's on again. They'll come for a second. But having to hurry, but under some pressure by the fielding once more.
Expertly played by Bevan. Once again, not trying to hit the ball too hard. Just the right pace on that ball to come back for the second run. Beautiful batting. Very thoughtful, very purposeful. It's been excellent innings. Good control on the ball. He's on 73 now.
Again, having to hurry. Bowler, they say. But Bevan, not only does he know how to place the ball, but he's so quick between the wickets. One of the fastest runners between the wickets in the international game at present.
Good early calling. That is why the Australians are so very nimble and swift between the wickets. good judgment, and also they run very quickly.
Looking for a second, but Bevan coming back for it. And there's the evidence of his pace between the wickets. Just a little bit of a fumble by Chaminda Vaas, and Bevan, like a hare out of the traps, through for the second.
Analysing the fumble, spot on there, Chaminda Vaas, and taking a bit of time to get rid of that ball. And good aggressive running by Bevan, but to get to the danger end, made it easily in the end, asking his partner to get to the keeper's end.
The fact that Tendulkar has come on now just emphasises the fact that these two teams contain so many all-rounders, so many batsmen who can bowl, bowlers who can bat, which is a big part of the abbreviated game. 166 for 4. The crowd tonight, and they'll go home and talk for a long time about the innings they saw from Sachin Tendulkar, stroke play they saw from Waugh, and at the moment looks as if they'll also be talking about a nation victory, but who knows. Michael Bevan has played very well. He's got the dangerous Lance Klusener and the equally dangerous Adam Gilchrist to come with him. 168 for 4. We have another 19 overs remaining. In the commentary box now, Ravi Shastri, and with him Mike Proctor.
Thank you, Tony. Sachin Tendulkar continuing. And he's pulled that, and once again he's hit it in the gap. Venkat Raghavan not sure. I just get the feeling it might have bounced once and then gone over the rope. Boundary signal. And he's played the shot very effectively. Yes, they need these two to carry on for another 7 or 8 overs. Because like we mentioned, they don't bat deep, the rest of the world. And once again he's played that shot. Second time he's done that. And this time he's cleared the boundary quite comfortably. So he ends the over in style here with a 6.
The leg spinner just a fraction short by the master. And Michael Bevan, he's got it right in the middle. Well, not quite, but he's so powerful. It goes over the rope. You just feel some anticipation in the crowd. They think something might happen. And, as we know, these two, such wonderful strikers, they're expecting it. And that's what they expected. Not quite that, but it's a little bit of turn for Muralitharan. And it's a good catch, it slipped. And this crowd come alight again. Jayasuriya the man. And that's good captaincy by Wasim Akram, having a slip in for Klusener. And it pays dividends.
Now this is extremely good cricket by the Sri Lankans. Wasim Akram is not on the field. Sanath Jayasuriya is captaining the side. He knows his bowler better than anybody. He very quickly moved from a mid-wicket position to a slip. And in 2 balls' time, he was rewarded. Klusener goes for 16. So 180 for 5. Adam Gilchrist comes out to the centre. Normally opens the batting for Australia. But the reason why he's here is this is what happened. Good piece of bowling by Muralitharan. He threw it up there for Klusener to play the cover drive. Jayasuriya making no mistake. It's another player who loves to cut and pull, Adam Gilchrist. He also plays the sweep shot well. Robin Singh out as a substitute for Wasim Akram. Jayasuriya here has inflicted a bowling change. He's brought back Razzaq. Little expensive in his first spell, but he does have the ability to get some reverse swing, and he can be pretty nippy. He's bowled in here. This is a big wicket. looking to hit across the line. Has missed it altogether. The rest of the world have lost their 6th wicket.
And the crowd loved it. They're on their feet again. And Razzaq strikes for the Asian team. Gilchrist, I think, a shot too early. He hasn't been at the wicket too long. And Razzaq strikes. Gilchrist lost 7 deliveries for his 1, and the rest of the world now struggling. 6 down for 186.
Meanwhile, in the centre, Franklyn Rose has come out here for the rest of the world. Now that was the wicket of Gilchrist. He's looking to hit across the line. Missed it altogether. Tendulkar starting off with a leg break here to Rose.
And Franklyn Rose, he missed that altogether as well. I don't know whether he thought it was the off break or leg break. It was a perfectly pitched leg break. That's not so perfectly pitched leg break, but it's a leg break and swept away for 4. That's a beautiful shot. Rose knows he can wait for the bad ball. To a guy like Tendulkar. This bowled a beauty. This one, a loose one. Five deliveries this over. Razzaq, just 3 runs. Over rate required, 9.5.
Razzaq on the pads. Up goes the finger. Always look close. So Razzaq has struck once again. And the 7th wicket has gone down here for the rest of the world. It's 196 for 7.
Good bowling by Razzaq. Really deceived Franklyn Rose, and that is stone dead. It's plumb. It would have hit that middle stump. Dave Orchard says, I'm afraid, Franklyn, you've got to go. And Franklyn Rose really can't believe it. But he's on his way. He's gone for 7. And the rest of the world really up against it now. 196 for 7.
Andy Caddick has come out to the centre. The last man to go was Franklyn Rose. This would have hit middle stump, no doubt about that. Not much footwork. Feet were anchored to the crease and up went the finger. The height was pretty good too. And wickets have been falling at regular intervals here for the rest of the world. There's only Michael Bevan, 93 of 86. And the Asian 11 bowling has been impressive. Muralitharan bowled an excellent spell. 7 overs, 2 for 24. And now Razzaq doing the job. 2 wickets for him.
And there are lots of distinguished guests here. People have been flocking in. In the background there, you can just see the United Nations resident director here in Dhaka. It's a mighty blow, and no doubt about that one. And that's an impressive way to bring up his 100. What a wonderful way to do it. Michael Bevan, he might not be going to be on the winning side, who knows, but it certainly is a very, very fine performance by Michael Bevan. 88 balls, 7 4s, 3 6s, and he really has justified his place in this side. What a lovely look by Muralitharan. Goes down as a leg by, so he won't be too upset. In the air, but it's going to drop safely. And it's against the rope. Now, did he save that? I just wonder whether we need to have another little look at that. Razzaq certainly didn't know that whether he had put his foot on the rope or not, and was that a signal of a 4 from umpire Dave Orchard? Well, it was a 4. It was a 4.
He's never referred to the third umpire, so it's given as a couple of runs, or is he asking now? Probably he'll give a boundary very soon. Still not convinced.
Well, I think the rest of the world need all the runs they can get, and they certainly don't want to lose any in that manner. Anil Kumble doesn't look too happy with that.
Catch it!
In the air, cries of catch it, and he's dropped it, and he's knocked it over the boundary. Well, Sourav Ganguly not too happy about that, because he's not done himself much good either.
Well, he had to run across and get underneath the ball. It wasn't underneath the ball, it was always on the move, and that's very difficult when you're catching a cricket ball. With the arm stretched, he dropped it, and also the ball went to the boundary.
He's giving him another chance. No, he's not. No, he's not. That's a chance for somebody in the crowd.
This is absolutely brilliant batting. This one was flatted by Anil Kumble. How quickly it was picked by Bevan. Look at that elevation. Beautifully timed, still middling it, still going with the effort. That is a great hit.
Look at those statistics. 128 not out from 105 balls, 4 sixes, 10 fours. And while he's there, the rest of the world have still got a chance. Unlikely though it may seem, when you look at that score, 243 for 7. There was an opportunity for him to depart, but Sourav Ganguly not only dropped it, he hurt his finger and pushed it over the boundary as well. Flipped away into space, it's going to be 4. Aravinda de Silva not bothering to chase it.
Wonderful batting. Finding the gap, beautifully placed. And there you see him once again winding up
over
to
the
go
top,
through that.
4 runs.
Extremely good batting. Picking up the length early. No cushion there for Chaminda Vaas in that direction. No mid-wicket. There's a square leg in position, so had to pick the ball early to put it in that area.
And that's clubbed straight down the ground. That's a remarkable hit. He moves up to 150, having got to 100 with a 6. He now gets to another landmark with a 6. Tremendous innings here by Michael Bevan.
Well, it's not an official one-day international, but goodness me, it's got to be one of the best one-day international games you would ever see amongst the top-class players. And the top-class players, as he has another smash to the leg side. He just hasn't had anyone that's been able to stay with him long enough, but absolutely brilliant. And you almost, when the rest of the world 11 are needing nearly 13, 12 and a half, 13 to the over, and you almost think they've still got a chance while he's at the crease. He's just a cool customer. What a player.
Caddick has assisted him really well and has got 4 runs down between backward square and long leg. So 4 overs to go, 273 for 7. Well, they were jumping and for joy here a moment ago. Now, there's a look of concern on some faces there. Of course, they were anticipating an easy Asia-11 victory, and Asia-11 still would have to be considered to be the winners here. That run rate required over the last 4 overs is 12 and over. But this man has played such an astonishing innings that it's not out of the question. There's his overall one-day international career. This does not count as a one-day international. It's easily his highest score. He had 400s in one-day internationals. And he's just beaten the field every single time. This is quite exceptional batting.
Absolutely amazing. Really one of the top innings I've seen in one day. And there is still a chance this rest of the world side can win, because 2 runs a ball, 12 and over, it's only 3 boundaries. And just look at this. He just smashes that through the offside, no problem. It didn't. He didn't really find the gap. It was only a metre or so from extra cover.
Not so sure now. What a shot that is. He's playing them all over the place. Some orthodox, some not so orthodox, and some from a completely different sport, such as tennis. 281 for 7, and he's got the strike again with 2.
So the straight hook also comes to his repertoire.
The leg by now gives him the strike, and not only fireworks in the middle from Bevan, but perhaps premature celebrations in the crowd. Top edge, down towards the boundary, it goes all the way for 4. That's the kind of boundary they're looking for. They don't mind where they come from now, and in fact Bevan has realized that boundaries are needed. Andy Caddick looking for the single to give Michael Bevan the strike. And it's gone through the fielder, goes for 4, well, that'll be better. He would have been looking for the single just to get Bevan on, but 4 will help him along and help the rest of the world along. 10 balls remain, 27 to get. Very well struck, picked it up nicely off the legs. Always dangerous when you've got the fine leg in short. Caddick now picking up the scoring, just a couple there. 100 partnership between these two, and who would have thought when they came together with a score 196 for 7 that we would have got this close. 100 off 69 balls, and the contribution by Caddick much more important than the actual 22 he's got.
That's brilliant bowling. Vaas, Chaminda Vaas, he's got to bowl full balls at this stage. And Andy Caddick looking for the big shot. He's played so well. But he really must just try and get Michael Bevan the strike. Spectators concerned, they know that the rest of the world from nowhere, suddenly they're into the squeak, they got a chance.
In the crowd there. In fact, if the rest of the world get up to win this, Michael Bevan deserves a lot more than a kiss.
Just look at that. 164 not out, 5 6s, 14 4s, 126 balls, strike rate 130. That really is, well, you can't get better. Fantastic. And if he were to go and win this game, it would have to go down as one of the great all-time wins. 24 to win, just 7 deliveries. Sounds impossible, but with this man on strike, anything's possible.
Down towards the extra cover boundary, goes for another 4. Remarkable batting. Finding the gaps, striking the ball well enough, reduces the target to 20 off the last over, 301 for 7, and the match has gone right down to the wire. they lost the 7th wicket there. Looked to have absolutely no chance. These two have built that construction for the rest of the world and brought them to within 20 runs of victory in the last over. Here's Abdul Razzaq now to Caddick. They've stolen a bye. They had to take every possible opportunity to get Bevan on the strike. They've got him there now.
Yeah, Andy Caddick has no option. He can't look to give Michael Bevan the strike. He's got to go for as many runs as he can. Ideally, not even a boundary. Get 3 to get Michael Bevan on strike. He's got 1. So 5 deliveries left. 19 required. Boundaries are needed.
Magnificent strike down the ground. We've seen that shot before. This one didn't quite carry. It goes absolutely straight, and that's one of those boundaries.
And what a boundary. This really is a top shot. He's in total control. He wants to hit it straight. He knows exactly where the fielders are. He bisects long off and long on, and that's just short of a 6. And suddenly, from nowhere, this game is alive. Very much so.
The force is with Michael Bevan. 4 balls to go. He's gone again. Another 4. Reduction now to 11 from 3 deliveries.
And the crowd, as much as they appreciate the good shots, they're not sure what they should cheer, because they realize with every boundary that the rest of the world side are getting closer and closer to victory. But this has got to be, really, what an innings. Unbelievable. The control, the composure that Michael Bevan's shown. 176 not out. Can he possibly win this game? 11 runs, 3 balls.
He can possibly win it. That's another 4. Now he's reduced it to 7 from just 2 deliveries. He needs 2 more 4s. And Abdul Razzaq, at the age of 20, now realizes what it is to be under pressure before 65,000 people who are supporting your team and who are pinching themselves in disbelief as to what they've seen over the last half an hour or so.
Absolutely amazing stuff. 7 required from 2, so there's got to be a boundary, that's for sure. And Michael Bevan has now reached 180. And if he were to win this game, they'll have to go for 2, which they will. So that's going to be 6 off the last ball. And I'm afraid, well, let's have a look at this. 3rd umpire called into play. It's a tight one.
I think Caddick knows he's gone. I think the Asian players know he's gone. It brings Bevan back onto the strike, but if he is gone, it means that the running will only count as a single. Robin Singh, the substitute, such a dazzling fielder, he's onto it, and the return comes in. Caddick trying to make his ground, and very good thinking by Abdul Razzaq. His bat is in the air at Andy Caddick. An experienced cricketer has left his bat in the air. He's gone, but look at the common sense, the cricketing common sense of the 20-year-old Abdul Razzaq, realizing the ball was going to hit the stumps. He was in front of the stumps and let the ball go through, and the run out effective.
Caddick, 23 run out, but what a partnership. And now 6 required. Rest of the world 3-1-5 for 8. What a game.
The match has come down to this. 1 ball, a 6 will do it. Michael Bevan faces Abdul Razzaq. And not quite. He's got the 4. They win by 1 run. And just spare a thought for Michael Bevan. 185 not out. as fine an innings as you will ever see at either level of the game. So Asia win by 1 run, and we've got a match because of this man. It seemed dead and over when Andy Caddick came in to join him at 196 for 7. They shared a partnership for the 8th wicket of 119 of just 77 deliveries, and he's the hero. The Asian 11 have won, but Michael Bevan is the hero.
What an innings. And I think this crowd, who were so anticipating an Asian win, which they've got, but they didn't anticipate an innings like Michael Bevan has played. Really and truly one of the great one-day international innings you'll ever see. The way he just held the innings together, his composure, when he had to hit boundaries, he did. And even come the end, needing 6 runs, fell just drastically short. What a player.
Well, the faces are happy now. The tension has been relieved, and they can celebrate here at the Bangabandhu Stadium. They've seen their team, the Asian 11, win a quite remarkable cricket match by 1 run. They can do their burning now, but all the flames a while ago were coming from the bat of Michael Bevan in the opposition.
He played one of the top one-day inningses you'll ever see, and appreciated by this crowd. Obviously a biased crowd, but they appreciate it. Very quiet towards the end, and come the last ball, Michael Bevan just couldn't gain the extra yard. 1 yard short of a 6. But just have a look at that. 185 not out of 132. No one else really coming to the fore. No real partnerships to talk about. Everyone else struggling a bit, but credit again due to the bowlers of the Asian team, who really did bowl well. Good line, good length. And this is the last ball. Bevan knows it's got to be a 6. He doesn't get enough leverage on it, doesn't hit it high enough. 1 bounce over the boundary. But what a game and what a finish.
All those who saw it remember this performance by Michael Bevan for a very long time. And we hope that those of you who have been watching our coverage here from Dhaka will have enjoyed it as much as we have, as much as the crowd have here. And it's not only the fact that he made 185 not out, it's the quality of the innings against the quality of the bowling which we had here. We had the top bowlers from Pakistan, India and Sri Lanka, bowlers with tremendous experience and success, and the rest of the world in complete disarray when Andy Caddick joined Michael Bevan at 194 for 7. And look at the bowlers there. Wasim Akram, the highest wicket taker in one-day internationals. Chaminda Vaas, Sri Lanka's leading fast bowler and one of the best left-arm fast bowlers in the game. Abdul Razzaq, recently the man of the series in the COB series in Australia. Anil Kumble, the experienced Indian Muralitharan, the top-off spinner in international cricket. Really tremendous performance here by Michael Bevan. And a crowd which has seen during the course of the day 639 runs scored from the 100 overs, and seeing the match go down to 1 run in the final over, that is quite special.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've witnessed a fantastic cricket match here today, and in the end, a stunning innings from Michael Bevan was just not good enough to pip the Asian 11 at the post. It was an outstanding innings, 185 of just 133 balls. And now the award for the man of the match. Mr. Sanjay Jha will present the check of $2,500 to the cricketnext.com man of the match, Michael Bevan. Michael Bevan here walking away with all the prizes. I'd like to ask Mrs. Pallavi Jha to present the cricketnext.com Cup, the ICC Cricketnext.com Cup, to Wasim Akram, the captain of the Asian 11. So Pallavi Jha there presenting the trophy, director of cricketnext.com. Winners medals too, if all the players can come up one by one and collect it. Wasim Akram, Sachin Tendulkar, Anil Kumble, Sourav Ganguly, Abdul Razzaq, Ajay Jadeja, Muttiah Muralitharan, Singh, Sanath Jayasuriya, Aravinda de Silva, Chaminda Vaas and Moin Khan. So we come to an end of Cricket Week 2000. It's been a tremendous concept, and it's time to go back now to the commentary box position, and Tony Cozier is there.
Thank you, Ravi Shastri. There is Wasim Akram, the winning captain, the captain of the Asian 11, and what a wonderful match we've had. Camaraderie between the players, 320 for 9, beating 319 for 8, 639 runs scored from the 50 overs, and the match going down to the very last ball before the Asian 11 could know that they'd won the first cricketnext.com Cup for the first feature match of the first ICC Cricket Week.